Hey everyone, and welcome back to Construction Simulator in Europe. It's been a while. We are out doing contracts. I've already accepted a job. I thought I'd just jump back in the game and have some fun. It's been way too long. I've been busy on my other channel, Donuts Transport Fever, doing Transport Fever content, and I was actually doing it daily, so that took up all of my time. And the new series that I've just started is only 2 times a week, so there's a little bit of time left to have fun in Construction Simulator as well over here on the Developer Plays channel. So let's jump into the case here. We are doing a contract, and over here by the airfield, and we have to do some removal of topsoil, and then obviously lay some bitumen, and just make a little bit of a car park here at the airfield. The airfield itself, as you can see over here on the left hand side, you can see it is not done, but that's okay. We can deal with that. If we look at the map, we're down here in the bottom right corner. This is the airfield across here that hasn't been finished, and so yeah, we're working over here. So yeah, I thought I'd just jump in and enjoy this. So I was going to use the excavator. You can see how it's parked there, but I decided just to use the wheel loader. And as much as we are trying to chase the $25 million achievement, if you have $25 million in the bank, I don't think I'm going to bother trying to keep the dirt in this situation. I'm going to just dump it off the side. Come on, get the right camera angle. And yeah, we'll dump it over there. How's everybody been? I've been great. The Transport Fever channel has been fun. Been enjoying a lot of detailing, so I've been kind of approaching the game different to most people. Rather than focusing on trains and timetabling and stuff and rolling stock, I've actually been focusing on just making little dioramas. It's been much more like a model train simulator, so that's been lots of fun. Just finished a Great Western Railway series, and we are now working on a new series called Eras, where the plan is to focus on 3 distinct time zones, 3 distinct eras, and just make dioramas that are like in the steam era, diesel era, and the electric era. Yeah, lots and lots of fun, particularly doing that series over on the Transport Fever thing now, because Transport Fever 3 is coming out, and so I really want to give Transport Fever 2 a last hurrah, and particularly celebrate all the mods that are out there that will all disappear when 3 comes out in about a year or so from now. Talking about coming out in the future, I did see some things on the Construction Simulator YouTube page, Facebook page, that it looks like Construction Simulator 2 is in development. The Libre Games, whatever it is, the people who make this, announced that Update 16, which came out about 3 weeks ago for me, is going to be the last update. And yeah, obviously they're moving their attention across to Construction Simulator 2. I didn't see anything suggesting what the date was for it, but obviously when that comes out, absolutely looking forward to it. Hopefully they keep the essence of this game, because I think they've got it pretty well spot on. I think the dirt physics and the way that the machinery is operated is, quite frankly, best in class. I think when you compare this with particularly Farming Simulator, I think it is significantly better. And I do like the dynamicness of it. The problem with Farming Sim is it gets very repetitive. Basically, all you're doing is driving up and down a lot. And it may be planting, it may be fertilizing, it may be whatever, but in the end, all you're doing is driving. And there's not that many pieces of equipment that are more complex than that. It's not like you have excavators or anything like that to play with. So yeah, so I am looking forward to a new Construction Simulator 2, because yeah, it is the world-class simulator for construction equipment, quite frankly. It would be nice to merge those 2 games where you have the scale of a farm, and maybe the construction side can be more about like making silos and stuff. But yeah, looking forward to that. I have no idea how I would actually improve the game, quite frankly. I mean, graphics is one of the obvious ones. I mean, there is a day-night cycle, so that's already done. That's one of the things that's regularly missing in simulator games, but they've already got that. If I stay still, the trees move. That's something that a lot of games don't have. Just a little bit of animation in the world. I know that Transport Fever 2 particularly got some backlash for not having an environment that moves, but it's a small thing, but wow, it matters. It really does. So yeah, and then the diversity of equipment is fantastic in this. So all I can think of is maybe finding something that is missing. I don't think it needs to have the idea of transportation added to it. Like, you don't need to like own a train or trucks and do logistics. Or maybe, I mean, it kind of has logistics because you go and buy all of the equipment for the job site. So yeah, I don't know how you better it, quite frankly. Particularly Dirt Physics. Dirt Physics, when it game first came out, it was okay, but now it's just phenomenally good. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, quite frankly, but I look forward to finding out. I mean, I assume the only obvious thing is graphics. The maps are very static from a color point of view. Like, this is always stuck in autumn, in fall. So maybe it's maps transition between seasons, maybe. It would be kind of cool to have snow and all that type of stuff hanging around. I don't think it ever rains, does it? Or do I have rain turned off? I think I might have rain turned off. Yeah, but I do know that that's the type of thing in options that I do turn it off. I think one of the things I do enjoy is the ability to make simulators, like proper physical simulators around things. So if a new version came out and they want to be a little bit more immersive, but it's like if you have multiple joysticks and stuff, it would be nice if it supported multi-monitor, so you could have maybe 3 big TV screens and have a little bit of a virtual cockpit, and then just run the game in first-person mode. I did play the game a lot with the Tobii Eye Tracker, where you're in the cabin, but it didn't really pan out. But I think it's just the lack of the 3D surround, well, at least 180, 270 degrees of surround. If you look at things like American Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator, where they have really succeeded is that ability to customize the environment into a cockpit. So kind of like what flight simulators have and what the ETS and ATS worlds have. Maybe that's something they can invest in, but once again, it's a minority of the player base. So I don't know how much that cost to do that would generate the sales that would be needed to justify it. What are we at? 61%. Not too bad. Yeah, I thought I would do a contract that had a bit of dirt, a bit of asphalting, a bit of delivery, and this has all of those. The delivery amount's not too much. It's only a couple of bags of stuff, so that's not going to be a trouble. I don't have to get out like a massive semi-trailer. I can just use one of those trucks which has a crane on it. So we'll use one of them to get the goods. Yeah, this hasn't taken too long at all. I was thinking about time-lapsing this and using my Epidemic Sound license because I haven't really been using it. But I don't think we'll need it here because we're already at 70%. And the dumping of the bucket over the wall has worked quite well. Yeah, I do like going sideways because it seems that the width of the property is roughly a bucket width. So that's worked quite well. There's a little bit of junk over there left behind, but I think it won't be a problem. I think the leeway in the game will let us deal with that. 74%, nice. It's interesting seeing on the Facebook page the team has been saying, hey, people, you haven't done the Friedenberg campaign. It seems that as of them suggesting things that you can go do in the game, a lot of people have not done that. And this is the Friedenberg map, and what they're talking about, if we bring up the menu under offers, under the campaign, there's one on the right hand side. People are saying that they haven't done that, and we did this ages ago. This is where there was a whole lot of the train station and the big bypass over the bridge, and so they were quite fun campaign options. I actually really enjoyed doing those. And somewhere back in the past, go look, I don't know, 1 to 2 years ago on the channel, we had those episodes. But it's interesting that the developers have pointed out that particular campaign. It seems that the majority of people have given up on the European map. I wonder if it's because that's when the DLCs came out, because I haven't finished hardly any of them. The airport DLC is, I think it's available on both the US and the Europe maps. So I can see people not doing the airport twice, on one on each map, because I haven't done it on the US map, and I've started it on this one and haven't done much about it. I think the stadium DLC was only on this map. And then the one thing I have never started, because it's on a new map with a new company, is the spaceport. I've never done any of that, so I might go back and do that. But I still have a lot on the to-do list. I think at a bare minimum, the airport needs to get completed, just so that this corner of the map is finished. I can't have all these buildings being built from the contracts and not have the DLC campaign finished. That doesn't really make sense. I was doing all those multiplayer, but life moved on, and my friends and cohorts all went and have other things to do in their lives. But we'll see if they want to play. At worst, I will finish them off single player. I've been holding off doing them single player because I just wanted to finish a multiplayer. But if they decide that they've moved on to other games, we'll try to get that done by ourselves. 94%. Getting close. So we're at 94%, but that's not 5% away. Weird. Looks like we're doing just a really good job, I guess. If you can't really tell, I'm kind of aiming halfway in the bucket, because it seems that if I go too deep in, I fill up too much. So 99. So I deliberately have been taking like half-width scoops, which means that by the time I get to the other side, it is 100%. Get all this picked up. 88. Come on. There it goes. 100. Get off of the land. There we go. That wasn't too bad at all. Nice. So move this out of the way. I don't think... who do I else have in this land? Do I have anything out? What I need is a truck. Oh, this might be attached to this, but we might leave that alone. Let's go back to the company vehicle fleet, and we'll get out a truck that has a crane on it and a flatbed. Like this one. That's what we need. So we'll take that out and enter that. And then we can fast travel it to a shop, I guess, rather than home. So that's there. Is that a shop? That is a shop. So let's go here, and we'll pick up whatever building materials we need. And where is the unload spot? I think I have to be... I think I actually, if I'm here, it will work. So, is that the door? No, this is the door. It's the one with the yellow line. All right, let's filter it to the job. So this is going to be job number 3, the whole job. So 1 of those and 2 of those. And we will put them, yeah, we'll put them on here, autoloader onto our truck. And I assume that worked. Yep. And how far is it if we drove? Oh, we could drive over there. So let's set the marker for there. And let's head off. Try to not crash. Let's zoom in a little bit. Well, that was a good start. Good job there's not damage in this game, because I've done that way too often. Oh, this is fun. I haven't done this for, is it over 6 months? Probably is. I think the last time I played... Oh, don't... Why did that happen? I thought I was just glancing the... You're right there, car? I thought I was glancing the curb. I didn't think that was going to be a rollover situation. Just call me fast and the careless. Where are we going here? Up the road here. Hopefully you're going to turn left. Nope. And turn the corner. Actually brake. Not flip it. And then right, then a left. So towards Friedenberg. We'll cut the corner here. And down to the work site. Nice. And I think that will do. And then we'll set this up. And let's do it this way. How is my muscle memory? I do tend to take a while between playing the game, and I'm always impressed by how much I just default back to how to play the game. And you know what? That is a credit to the developers, because that just tells me that the controls are intuitive. So major props. Kudos. And a lucky last. Can't really see what I'm doing here. And I think a lot of that also is the controls are consistent, and then when you've done whatever it is, 10, 20, 30 hours excavating, I think it definitely helps a lot. Alright, and then we need to reset that, go into driving mode, get this off the property, get the camera angle a bit better. And done. Peace and quiet. Alright, do we just press Y? I think we do. Paving stones by Stone Cracker. Alright, and then are you in the way? There we go. Then deliver and spread gravel. So let's get this guy out of the way. We should be able to do this with a truck, I think. Do we have any in our world that is the right thing? We have, yeah, this one's the smaller one, but it should be fine. So, oh, that's the one we just had. Oh, you know what? That might be alright. That might be alright. It's a pretty big site though. I do like how they kind of have given you a balance of how you can play the game. So, I mean, I could go to the gravel yard and buy it and really role play the whole experience. So, they said gravel, didn't they? Deliver and spread gravel, yes. Yeah, so they really have, you know, giving you multiple options. So yeah, I really do like that. Or you can be like me, just stand and just do it through the menus. So yeah, I do like how they've given players the operability. It's really good. I'm never going to be great at this. I think that's kind of okay, but it's not the best. And I come back a bit, do a bit more. This is going to be a lot of loads. This is quite a small trailer though. Alright, let's see if we can get around this corner without causing chaos. We're at 52% for the whole thing already. Nice. What we'll probably have to do is get out some type of dozer or something just to push this around a little bit. I don't know whether this is a situation where you should be using a grader. I never know when to use the grader. Oh. But just hit that fence then. Oh, that was not good. That wasn't good at all. Alright, let's let's turn the corner. 22%, huh? I wonder if the roller would give us a good way of spreading it. I don't know if that's a good way of doing this or not. I might have wasted a little bit there going over the corner. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones where it's about coverage more than about depth. So as long as there's a little sprinkling everywhere. You got this. Yeah, I think that was a little bit better done. And as I back over it, it does tend to tampen it down a little bit. Spread it out a bit. I think a little bit more into the corner there. And come on, come on. Watching people do this in real life, where they do like driveways and stuff, is mesmerizing. It's so good. So impressive. Where they just get the right amount and it just gives you a perfect driveway. The thing is, it doesn't come out of the tray linear. It doesn't come out constant. So they're definitely using some pretty impressive skills to make it flow correctly. We're at 40%, getting there. Hopefully the amount of material we've got here is about right. As in not too much, not too little. I'm debating when I should start to spread it out. And how I should do that. Probably with a roller. I'm worried about a dozer because it can be a little bit too much. It's staggering how, particularly with a controller, you can do so many things at the same time. I'm using the accelerator, using the brake, tipping the tray up and down, all these things at the same time. And you don't really think about it, but your brain just does it. Pretty amazing. Alright, let's not try to go over that hump. We'll go around the corner here. And I think it's time for another lap. Yeah, the sun's... What time is it today? 7 at night. Yeah, we started the topsoil removal at 8 AM, so... Yeah, the day has progressed. way too much, way too much. That was a waste. 69%. Nice. Now, I probably, rather than trying to spread it around, I think I might go the easy route and just do too much. I think that might be a little bit easier. Come on, back up faster. Does this make it bigger or lower numbers if I back over it? Got that far wheel. And do I want to start to change time? Let's see if we can get more done here. Actually, I probably can be doing this backwards, actually. And yeah, we're still at 70. Okay, 75. So, yeah, we're getting there. A couple more loads, I reckon. Gravel. I think the trick is to start rolling before you start. Yeah, because otherwise you get a hill. You want to be on the move when you start tipping. Well, it looks like the coverage is pretty good. You can see that we're getting very close to that middle stripe. Alright. That was probably a bit thicker than the rest, but that's okay. Alright, start driving, Donut. There we go. Alright, let's do a 180. We're at 93%. Hopefully this last middle stripe will be all we need. And then we can finish this stage and quit for the night. Stop being noisy for the neighbors. And I'm guessing we move on to asphalting next, probably. We've got the new... Oh, who makes it? Yeah, there's a new vendor for asphalting, and their layer paver is amazingly good. There we go. So you know what, you can have the rest of that because I don't want it in there. And voila! All right, let's jump out of there. Look at our handiwork. Okay, that's pretty good. Cool. Let's see if we have a roller. I don't see one there, so we'll have to get it out of the company building. And where's a nice... That's a soil compactor. Yeah, soil compactor, that's what we want. Soil compactor. Yeah, the Bomag stuff. Take that out. Enter the vehicle. Do some quick, fast travel action. And get over to that site. And then... we can roleplay that we shoved it on a truck and in the night brought it over. Our logistics crew helped us with that. And in the next morning, that's not what I want. I want this keystroke. We can say that we will re-adjourn at 6 a.m. I'm going to have a bit of a drink. Got to be hydrated. And let's get this thing going. Yeah, I like this contract. It's pretty simple. Nice, quick progress. Yeah, it's a fun one. So make sure the wheels are on the property. Turn on the vibrator. Give me a camera angle that's decent. And I should be able to YOLO a lot of this. I wonder if I can... Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if I can turn that corner pretty fast, but I don't think I can. One of the criticisms the game had, and still probably justifies, is you can't control the lights. So I can't turn the lights on. It's all based on time of day. And it would be kind of nice to have the lights working right now. Put those headlights on. I'm pretty sure I can't control it. Lights, yeah, headlights on. But yeah, they don't... Oh, they are on. It just doesn't do anything. Yeah, the game doesn't recognize them as a light source. Round and round and round. I find that I tend to go around clockwise. I suppose that's just an artifact of, board games and everything else. I mean, I live in the US, so risky everything is anti-clockwise when it comes to like roundabouts and driving, because you're on the other side. So you would think that I would default to counterclockwise a lot more. What's the difference between counterclockwise and anti-clockwise? Is it just language, or is it actually some type of specific difference between the two? I don't know. So should I do that small bit now? I think I will, because it shouldn't be too hard to track over that. Yeah, I think it was wise to do that now. I forget how much fun this game is. If you're one of the rare people who are watching this and don't own the game, it is worth getting. Particularly, you might get some sales. And the base game, like, you don't need the DLCs. Risky, all the DLCs are doing, and all of the year passes, is just giving you more and more equipment. But the base game has so much good stuff in it, and they've added a huge amount of equipment for free over the years as well. So if you compare what you got when the game came out versus now, there's probably 10, 20, 30 more vehicles to play with, and there is, I don't know, 20, 30, more than that, probably 50 hours of campaign to do. So yeah, I remember when it came out, and particularly some of the bigger YouTubers which you wouldn't expect to play it, like Daggerwin was a good example. He's a farming sim person, and when he started playing it, he goes, I might start doing this all the time, and I can see the attractiveness with it, particularly for a farming sim person where you can't really do detailing and it's just really job after job. Like I was saying before with the equipment, it just is so diverse and so well-rounded. Yeah, it's an utter joy to play. The other person I remember who played it at the start was Jeff Faringo, and yeah, he thoroughly enjoyed it as well. And then you can throw in the multiplayer component. Yeah, absolutely awesome. So yeah, it's not too late, and I think you will get your value for money out of the game still. Would I pay full price for it now, knowing that the next one's coming out? Yeah, I probably would, because I know that the game's really stable. A lot of the bugs are fixed. You've got 16 updates, so 16 bug fixes, which also come with 16 improvements in the game. Yeah, I would. If I was just discovering this now, I probably would invest in this. Particularly if you're a farming sim person. If you're a farming sim person, 100% guarantee you're gonna love this. Did I say Jeff Faringo? That's not who I meant. Jeff Fabiano is who I was talking about. Really good YouTuber if you like farming simulator. Not farming simulator. If you like flight simulator. And also he does, not very often, but he does good reviews of American Truck Simulator. They tend to send him the new maps each time they come out, and so he gives it a pretty good unbiased review of what the map's like. He's from the Midwest, so in the middle of America, and has driven a lot of middle of America, so he has personal experience in a lot of the maps that have come out and how well they've represented the environment. So yeah, Jeff Fabiano, he's mainly a Twitch person, but he puts out the best of the best on YouTube. So yeah, check that out. Who else is there? Like I tend to talk about YouTubers on when playing this game. I don't know why, but yeah, Daggerwin's probably the best person for farming sim. Obviously Biffa for City Skylines. I would say Colonel Failure for Transport Fever, but he now works for them, so he's not allowed to make content anymore. So you can look at his backlog, but Colonel Failure is not really doing it anymore. There's always this up-and-coming new person called Donut, Donut's Transport Fever, that I think personally is actually some of the best content out there for Transport Fever. Minecraft, I'm more into the family-friendly stuff, so it's always going to be the Hermitcraft people. So, you know, your Grian and Jam, Scar. I've really got into Smallish Beans recently. I think they do a great job. I don't know what's happening in Minecraft. It seems to me that Minecraft is dying as a popular game. I have no idea where it's going. I don't know whether the Mojang adding all the additional content has helped it. I don't know. It's great that everything's available, but I don't know. Maybe because inventory management hasn't been fixed, that's still an issue. All right, apply asphalt and compact it. This is a particular point which is really good in multiplayer. All right, let's get this out of the way. I did see there was another job over here somewhere, so we'll probably do that job as well. All right, let's get out, asphalt stuff. Is there anything in the world? There is not. It's another thing for the company fleet. So we want not this one, not Bomang. So if we look at, if I go to, how do I look, vehicle haul A. If we look at this, it's got tracks and it makes it so hard to drive. So what we want is the other manufacturer that came out about a year ago. It is Bomang. I went past it. Where is it? Here, this one. Dynapack. This one is the best. So we'll get that and we'll get that. So yeah, this thing, because it has wheels, oh, so much more fun to use. The tracks on the other one, I don't know what they're thinking. I'm sure it's probably true in real life. It's like the way it is, but as soon as it hits the edge of a previously laid piece of asphalt, it is just an absolute pain to use. So let's start. And also it's track based, so you have to drive it like a tank, where this is just driven like a motor car. I am not doing a good job here. Let's see if we can get this lined up a bit better. I think what I should do is open it up. No, not reset. That is one of my biggest complaints. That needs to have a confirmation dialogue. If they do nothing else in 2, confirmation dialogue for reset, because what I wanted was extend. And come on, bit more. All right, let's fill this up. So the front has now got a lovely steaming pile, and we need to asphalting on off, which is up and down, and away we go. Try to keep that right edge over those pavers. We're at 75%. You know what? I think, we're only about 40 minutes. I think we're about to get this done and one and done. That's the way for it, the phrase for it. One and done in one episode. Yeah, the other one, the car park, I think there's another car park or something to do with the airport. We'll knock that out as well. And how am I going to do this corner? So if I go all the way forward and hit the fence, and then if I lift that, I should be able to turn the corner maybe. Got to make sure we pay attention to the fill level in the front tank. And then down you come. Is that going to work? Yep. Yeah, this is a little bit oversimplified, but I'm okay with that. It works. And and around the corner. And then what I'm going to do... Oh, that was interesting timing. So, out of the way, tree. Refill. That was very interesting timing. Yeah, you can see those wheels at the front. It just makes it so easier to use. So I'm deliberately going to go a bit wide here. And I'm going to get this part over here done as well. Probably not the best way of approaching this, but... Is it still turned on? Yep. That's how I'm going to do it. And done. We'll go back over to the far side, and then we'll work our way over to that left side, and it all should work out quite nice. To quote The Simpsons, everything's going to come up Millhouse. I think that phrase, coming up Millhouse, is so obscure. I believe it's from like the first or second series of The Simpsons, which we're talking about 1991 maybe. And Millhouse is Lisa's friend, and it's just nothing goes right for him. And then in this one episode, everything just goes right. Everything he wants is happening, and like he's the cool kid and all these other things. And he says the phrase, everything is coming up Millhouse. So it's a very, very cool little phrase from the 90s. A little bit of a... Is it a pop culture reference when you say that? But that's where that comes from. Everything's coming up Millhouse. That fence is a little bit close. Trees aren't helping either. Let's see what we're doing. Round you come, round you come. Ah, trees, you're not helping. Yeah, the maneuverability of this is way better than the other one. Yeah, I was actively avoiding asphalting jobs until this came along, and now I thoroughly enjoy it. If you want to make money, this thing, I think when I recorded a couple of episodes where when this came out, I pointed out how much money you can make and how fast. And so yeah, in an hour of gameplay, you can make like $500,000 or $1 million with this thing. Yeah, asphalting pays out good. So yeah, if you're struggling for money, this is the piece of equipment for you. Let's do that. And how am I going to do this? If I go forward, I'm going to hit that light rig. So let's go this way. Yeah, the other asphalt paver, because of the tracks, it just gets stuck. So on where the asphalt has been placed, it won't go up a ridge. It's just painful. Where this thing just glides up them, no trouble whatsoever. Yeah, I should have done this stripe first. Yeah, that whole bobbling up and down, it just does such a good job. Where are we at? 91%. Yeah, if we had multiplayer here, we could definitely get the other player to work on this. Maybe they could add AI. Maybe that's the killer feature that's missing in the game. I mean, I know when they added AI to Farming Sim, everybody loved it. But that's a lot more repetitive than this. It's very easy for an AI to go up and down a field. It's a little bit different to get them to compact some asphalt or put down or apply some asphalt. Ran our stuff. Oh, this actually puts it in reverse as well. I was actually going backwards then and it worked. 96, 97, 98, 100. Well, that was quite fun. And my recording software says it was 44 minutes and 44 seconds to then. So subtract some preamble as I just warmed up and got ready for what I was doing. Did I bring the thing over yet? I did not. But it should be out in the world. Yep, here it is. Not the Bowmang one. I want the... Okay, where is it? Oh, here it is. Asphalt Look into this. And a little bit of fast travel action. And I'm pretty sure we must be getting close to the end of the contract. This must be... I can't think about what else they would have after this. I don't think there's going to be any placing of trees or anything. I didn't see that in the list of materials to buy. Just turn that... okay, it's the back one that has to be on the property, or the front one? Yeah, the back one, it seems. And away we go. I never know what the best pattern is for this. I assume it zigzags up there, but it seems a little bit wasteful because you kind of like 50% of the time going over something you're not doing. But doing U-turns is super slow, so I don't know if that makes any... if that's a better idea or not. I don't know. Let's get a camera angle so we can see what we're doing. Yeah, I don't know if I want them to change the way the camera angle works on a controller. I'm using an Xbox controller. What it is left stick pushed down as a button. And if you're moving the joystick just left and right or up and down for like excavation and all that type of thing, for actual movement, it's very easy to press it like a button. Because risky when you hit the extent of the movement left, right, up, down, the extra pressure just results in a button press. And I actually have gone through 2 Xbox controllers for this game, and where you just need to have really, really fresh buttons so that they aren't as easy to depress. But yeah, I have actually not destroyed... Whoops, I'm missing it there on the left. I haven't destroyed them, but I've made it so that it's not appropriate for use anymore, for sure. 2 controllers. And I don't need to do that edge. It's going to pop regardless. Let's get around this corner. Around we go. Turning circle of a tram or a train. There's a scene in Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts from years ago that says corners like a train is, Lamborghini Countach. And yeah, definitely there's some cars out there that don't corner very well. Their turning circle is terrible. And seemingly, never driven one myself, but a Lamborghini Countach is one of those. Bad enough for them to make a joke of it in a big Hollywood movie. Around we go. Where are we at? 35%. Look at this, our view better. Now I probably could have zigzagged a bit more there. Maybe I should be in the cabin. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so the left button changes the camera and mechanical mode. You can see it in the bottom right corner. And the right button, or the right stick pressed as a button, changes zoom in and out. So that's another one that's pretty easy to press when you didn't really mean it. And so you go, why is the view a bit wrong? It's like, well, slowly you've pressed it and ended up moving the distance. But you know what? I'm critiquing some very minor things. I think when it comes to simulator games, major props, because I think this is one of the best out there right now. And that's impressive that a game can be so good years after its release. Yeah, this cornering is getting a bit tight. I have to actually zigzag across. Doesn't it look fantastic? The color grading is really good. I like the sheen that they have on the asphalt. I think it looks great. 58% as we hit the 50-minute mark. Not too bad. yeah, it looks like we're going to make 400 or 500 grand. Oh, minus costs because of all that gravel bought in about an hour. So yeah, like probably $400,000 an hour. Can't complain. If that was real life, that would be lovely. I saw a graphic this morning on wherever it was, Reddit or something, saying that, was it Google makes $1 million every 5.0 minutes. Every 5 minutes they make $1 million, and Microsoft was 5.2 minutes, and then it moved on to the other things like banks and stuff, and banks were taking like 14 minutes. So yeah, it's staggering for companies that don't make physical goods, how fast they can make money. And obviously with banking it's money making money, and with Google and Microsoft it's software making money. Yeah, staggering pace. So yeah, me earning $400,000 in an hour, not even close to what Microsoft makes and Google makes. Now I have no idea whether that's true or not, but yeah, it's on the internet, so of course it's true. I don't know whether going in circles is the best thing here. It's kind of easy. What I should do is be way more precise in where I'm going, so I take wider stripes. Can we finish this before the sun goes down? I think we can. It's just about to hit 5 p.m. Should we do the next stripe backwards? Why not? How good's my backing skills? Yeah, these articulated ones are a little bit more finicky to drive. You kind of point it where you want to go rather than, yeah, it's kind of like normal driving, but kind of not. It's staggering how much you have to change between camera mode and work mode. You have to toggle between them a lot. I can see why they put it on the left joystick on the button, because you do need to access it a lot. Where are we at? 95, 96, come on. To a nice wide stripe here. And there's a micro amount we missed. And then let's finish this off backwards. There we go. Get off of the property. You know what? There it is. So jump out of there. And yeah, I am happy with that. I think we did a pretty good job. And I am deliberately going to walk somewhere where I can make a screenshot. There we are. That's going to be the thumbnail. And let's say thank you to the foreman and see what we did. There we are. We made a car parking lot at the airfield. Well, as always, yeah, don't forget to subscribe and comment and all that cool YouTube stuff, and shove a like on the video if you got this far. And hopefully we'll do some more episodes in Construction Simulator coming up over the next couple of weeks and months. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.